Hello, long riders! Welcome to our live stream. It's a Sunday, it's 1 o'clock, and we're here. I'm looking at the live stream over here. I have my computer here. You guys, my other HP. Everything I have is HP. Canon and HP. So we got that going on. Leave a comment. How's it look? You guys is in? It's pretty decent here. I want to make sure it looks alright. We're gonna talk. We're gonna read comments that you guys had. One of the first comments is gonna lead to some fishing stories. Right on. Thank you very much. Pro the fly. Not sure how you say that, but Pro Valley Fly or something like that. Pro Beeve Vob Fly. I like it. It's just whatever. That's a cool original name. Not right now, but I want to tell you all, you got to go check out our new channel. I just posted a fishing video there. Don't go check it out right now and leave the live stream by any means. But if you're watching this in the replay, there'll be a link down below. Hit it, go check out, because we're going to post a lot of our fishing videos over there. The reason why I put another channel out is I want to do hunting. We do a lot of hunting. Last year I figured out a way to put my camera on top of the 30-06 scope. So I'm going to bring you that kind of stuff. I want to bring you some. Tracy's just learning how to. Not only has she only been fly fishing for 3 years, she never fished a day. So when you see her catching these big browns in these old videos, you have to remember that's like the first couple fish she's caught, and she did a heck of a job. And I have to say that's good for my instructions, which I kind of want to work on. You know, getting out with. I'm thinking about maybe starting a non-profit or something like that, or I don't know how I'm going to do it quite yet. I haven't figured that out, but I want to go and teach Boy Scouts and stuff fly fishing. And I know I worked with school, so in a school when I was laying blocks, so I know that you have to go through the paperwork, and I already know I can get how to do it. You have to go to the courthouse and all that. So I could do it again. So I get all my paperwork that shows you, you know, you can work with younger kids. And I have had all that paperwork before. So I don't want to do that. I want to go to Boy Scout troops and talk about fly fishing. The part of the nonprofit comes in is if anybody shows an interest, it'd be nice to give them like a starter fly rod, fly line, and fly reel, you know. So I might work on that this winter if I'm off this winter. I'm hoping with the company I work for now, that we might be off at least a month or two in the winter, which would be really cool because I can sit and compile videos all the time while I'm off. Because I want to put a lot of the fly tying and fly fishing instruction. I want to get more of the instruction using the camera. See, I'm using the Canon now. Way back when you see the old live streams and the old videos, I used webcam. The Canon, and you can see if you go and look at the old videos, the Canon brought out the better tying videos. Well, I want to use it to do better fishing videos. The last fishing video I don't know. Either I got to step up to a GoPro with the action cams, but I got to shoot more with that unless the action cams get better videos. For you guys. I want to work on better videos for you guys. I might work with a new macro lens to get even better tying videos too, so a lot of research. But anyway, I want to read your comments, and I want to talk about some things. Like one of the big things right now is if you're fishing now, make sure you guys are checking water temperature. They say over 70. I usually stick to about 65. I mean, between 65 and 70, if you reel them in quick and get them back in the water and don't take them out of the water, you might be all right. But I usually use about a 65-degree break-off temperature. I got an old aquarium thermometer, and I carry that around my pocket, and that's what I use to check water temperature. So why don't you guys, I see I got 5 viewers. Yep, 5 watching. why don't you guys make comments here? Tell me what you want to talk about. You know, when I started the channel and the tyings, I wanted to get you guys requesting more flies and me tying them. That would be really cool if I could get a lot of requests to top flies to tie on this channel and comments. I got a really interesting tying video for you next. It's going to require you to go to both channels because when I tie the fly, you're going to be like, some of the flies I tied, people in the past, like, there's no way that's going to catch a fish. Sometimes I haven't believed them. I mean, like, I tied one, it was a Christmas one, it was purple and yellow and it was bright. It was kind of just like for the holidays, celebrate the holidays. But man, did it do good. And now they're always in my box, you know. You never know. David, hey! How's it going, bud? Hello from here to the Black Hills. How you been, Dave? So, you never know. Well, this one here, I think, is going to catch a lot of bass. It's going to be a topwater bass lure. You're not going to believe it. I just got to figure out some of the details of how I want to do some of the parts of the fly. But I guarantee you, it's going to catch fish. I guarantee it's going to catch fish. And it's crazy, crazy ideas I come up with in my head to make flies. Thank you. See, excuse me. I don't know if you know much about cameras, but I got a lower aperture lens, so it lets in more light. And apparently, it looks a lot better. I'm so impressed with the lens. The only problem is it's hard to shoot outside, and then you have to take everything up. So I use the other lenses, the higher aperture lenses, which, you know, you don't want to get into all that geek stuff, but anyway, I use them outside because you want less light coming in the broad sun in the middle of the day. They still look good. Look great, but this is great for inside shooting. I've been using it for a while, though, for all my intros. See, the thing is, it's a 50mm lens, so I have to have it way far away just to get this. If I wanted a whole room shot, I'd have to have it way, way far away. But I have the mic right in front of me. The camera way far away and the mic in front of me. Setting up our live streams, making them sound better and look better. I'm constantly trying to improve this stuff for you guys. Spending my money, but man, I love it because I got pictures. Like on the old channel, the other channel, I want to cover a lot of stuff on that channel. Like, my dad plants deer plots. I'd like to get into you guys that are hunters, learning how to do deer plots over there. We have land. We put out mineral licks and salt licks and do all the stuff you need to extract the big buck. We got deer running everywhere. Thanks to see. I'm glad to be back. I'm telling you, what happened was, I've been doing this, and I was explaining this to Trace, and she really never even understood. She's never around. Well, usually when I get involved, when I do all my tying videos, I do videos, no idea. And she says, I said, well, I got kind of burned out there for the last 2 months. I didn't feel like making a video, and one of the problems with it was, right here at the end of May, and I don't know how far away you people or any of you guys, I think, Dave, you live in PA, right? I'm pretty sure you live in PA. And you're from Pine Creek, right? But, anyway, it rained, and rained, and rained, and rained, and rained, like it did last year, which I'm glad I moved from the masonry business because I want to work, because it's been raining every day. Creeks stay high, and they start dropping, and it stops raining right about the time when the creek water temperatures go above 65. Penn's Creek that we fish all the time around here, if you're not from PA, right now is in like 75 degrees. It's impossible to fish it unless you... Now, don't get me wrong. If you're going to go eat the fish, which is a subject I've been getting into with myself a lot, as I always said, only give them fish a sore lip. Well, the more I research the areas and what I think is right for the creeks and what you guys might or may not think is right for the creeks, I think it's a shame that in the wild brook trout stream or brook trout streams here in PA they put rainbows in because them rainbows are gonna eat anything that's like 2 inches. They're gonna mow on them brook trout. So we are starting to think that we want to go into these brook trout and take all these because you could keep them. You could take the fish out and eat them, and they're just stockies. So you could take them all out. This is what you would eat as a fish. They're leaving all the brook trout, you know, because I feel us as fly fishermen here in PA, a lot of times we can go in and catch a lot more fish, precise in these small streams with precise fly fishing than a bait fisherman can. And a lot of these little creeks in here, the bait fishermen will hit them maybe first day or two, and they don't stay on them like they do in bigger waters. They just hit them real quick, and so as a fly fisherman, you could go in and euro nymph them for say and pull all the, put all the big brook trout, native brook trout you catch back. But if there's any rainbows that are stockies in there, get rid of them. So they don't mess with the wild brook trout. Man, it was pretty loaded with little baby, pretty brook trout. If you ever done that in PA, it's fun. I mean, it's not like reeling in a big fish, but they're so beautiful. These little wild brook trout. You want them around. You don't want these state to come in and put rainbows in there and eat all our wild brook trout out of the creek. That would just no. That's not right. Them wild square tails, squirrel tails. I don't, I get that one. Wild square tail. Is it square? Is it like? You know what, man? Look, check this out. I want you all to know this. I'm an old man now, so I got to wear these half the time to run the camera. These are reading glasses, mild ones, and then I have to wear these crazy ones here when I'm on the creek. That's to tie my flies on. I have to have different glasses for different tasks because I can't read unless I have reading glasses on. Ever since like 48, when I turned 48, I couldn't read. Oh, by the way, if you're over 18 and you take offense to the smoking thing, go away. Because I drink coffee and smoke on my live streams. Cigarettes now. Easy, YouTube. My dad told the kids to go away till I finish my cigarette and tell them to come back after I'm done because everything else is good. Really? Oh, heck yeah, man. They call them square tails. That's great. All right, check this out. I want to talk to you, Pro Fly. All right, can I call you just Pro Fly? Is that fine? I hope so. Check it out, man. I went to a show here, Lancaster Fly Fishing Show, and when I was there was a bunch of lines after Joe got done doing his what's he call that? A slingshot cast, I think. By the way, when I was a kid, I am 50, so you're talking when I was 14, a man had showed me a slingshot class cast, sorry, where he wrapped the string around his fingers and pulled the bow back, and he would get way across. He showed me this, and I was like, he could get further with that cast than I could my 210 cast because I was young, didn't have the patience, not waiting in my back cast. All that stuff you do when you're a kid and you're first learning to fly fish. Taught me that cast, and I said if I ever met that man again, now you have to understand it was Joe, and he used to make visits to this area because he fished Spring Creek up in this area. And when I seen him do that, then there was a line after his speech where you could meet and take pictures with him. So I have pictures of me and Joe, my arm around Joe, I think, and him shaking my hand. And I told him that I always wanted to thank him when I would, and he remembered it. He remembered actually, that time when I'd been talking about. And I said, I always wanted to know, Joe, one thing. How do you tie your crest bug? And he told me exactly how to tie the crest bug. And that's where I got the pattern from, is actually him himself. And it was really cool, man, because, I had no idea that he was the one that taught me at that age. I just knew that I ever kept in my head that whoever taught me that, because, like I said, these little creeks like Spruce Run is the creek in my area where they put the rainbows in. If you go fishing Spruce Run and you catch a rainbow, be happy to take that thing home and get it out of the creek so we get rid of these. But in there's mountain laurel and everything, and there's only one way: is you bend down, you got to crawl around your hands and knees sometimes to fish these little creeks. And I learned that little slingshot you could crawl, and these are the kind of fish creeks I did when I was a kid. I never fished like big creeks like Penn's Creek. I did when I got older, and it was hard for me to learn the 210 and get out across Penn's Creek, and I hated them for that. So I liked the smaller creeks where I didn't have to. And white deer and some of these creeks, you'll know if you fish white deer, sometimes you get down your hand, you could just do a slingshot and get right across to the other side and not make no movement, casting movement. There was a big brown trout on white deer the one time. It was in real low water, and every time I try and cast to it, I put on a parachute with a little teeny nymph because I could see it feeding on nymphs. But every time that line would go across the top of the water, it's just the shadow of that line would spook that big brown. I mean, he was big. He's over 20 inches in this little water. It was so cool. He had a big hook jaw, and I'd show Tracy him all the time, and she tried, and there's just nothing we could do. But you could have maybe slingshotted it if you were lucky. But I think still that line passing above his head would have scared him. All right, now I gotta go back. Provo fly. Okay. Provo, Utah. Huh. Oh, it's the place. Reed Joe was an amazing fly fisherman. Great member to the sport. Joe was an amazing fisherman. It was amazing what he did with the child limited area in this area. And we also have, see, a lot of you guys, when I was tying later after I came back from my time in the service, I did in Germany. Oh my gosh, I could kick myself in the butt. I don't know if I ever told you guys that story. Is I did take any fly fishing stuff to Germany and Holland. What an idiot. I could kick myself in the butt for that. Come on, German Browns. Oh my gosh. But anyway, so when I was learning to tie when I was a very young kid, there's a lot of people in this area that are well known, from this area, like Joe, Bob Clouser. Drive to his shop. Met him. He's a really good guy. Bob Clouser, Clouser Minnow. So we got a lot of them around this area, and it's really neat. And if you're a tire from some other state, go see your local tires, Pro Tires, and get to talk to them, man. I did when I went to Lancaster. I met all them Pro Tires, man. That was some of the funnest times I had as a tire. Is going to meet these Pro Tires and us laughing about. What's really funny is I'm gonna read comments later if I ever get to them. I just keep talking. I know it's been a long time since I got to talk to you guys. I have a lot to, when I met them, is telling them the comments that the haters have made on my channel that you guys get to see. All them haters that write that stupid comments when I tell them they're dumb. I told the Pro Tires the comments, and they laugh with you because they understand that you can tell a young tire just by the comments they make. Like comments like your tail is a little too long. Like, yeah, that fish whipped out that micrometer right in the water, measured my tail, and didn't take my fly. You would never believe it. Really. Thank you. Thank you for your. People say that. Thank you for your service. I want you to know something. Thank you for letting me serve is what we should tell you. At least that's what I have to say. Thank you for letting me serve. I had so much. Now, let me tell you something. I was 19 years old in Germany and drinking at a bar. I had a blast. Did a lot of fun. Served time. I did, not served time, but, my time in the service. It was fun. I had a blast. Wouldn't trade it. I'll never get back to see Germany again, probably in my life, or Holland, or any other places I got to see in my, I'll never get that opportunity again. So I had a blast. So I kind of like saying thank you for letting me serve. What are some of my favorite flights? The white SOB, I don't know. Hold on a second. We will pause just for a split second. All right, I'm back. Probably heard all that noise. This book, this huge book. I mean, it is huge. Look, way bigger than my head. See, it's huge. I'm in it. The White SOB is in this book. It is. Let me see if I can find the page for y'all. I think I have it marked, so I could do this. Oh, these are some of my. Nope. Nope, I don't have it marked. That's my mark fell out. But in here, somewhere, is a picture of my name and the White SOB. Oh, here it is. It is marked. Picture fell out, and I picture. You focusing on that? Yeah, see, that's me and my dad holding the book. Now, here we go. Yep, there it is. Donald Russell, the White SOB. You can't hardly see it because it's white and a white page. And it has my story in there about the fish, big fish. You can see that if you go way back to like the first 2 videos I ever made. You can see the big fish I caught with the White SOB. I started the whole thing. My favorite flies. Now, other than that, you got the olive and black woolly bugger, the beadhead pheasant tail, the anything in lively legs, the giant lively legs golden stone, the olive lively legs. In the last fishing video, almost all the fish there were caught on olive lively legs. Which, see, you got to listen to all these live streams to find that out, because I didn't mention that in the video that all were caught on lively. It's kind of a cool, so you have to pay attention and go to live streams and learn all the. But anything the Lively Legs company, go and buy yourself some Lively Legs, man. I'll start putting a link below in all my videos, because they amaze me. They make that. When you take a Lively Legs, you could tie a fly that looks so much like a bug. I got to show you how to make the eyes out of the monofilament and make you one that, man, you put it in your hand, you wouldn't even know unless the hook's coming out of its butt that it was a fly and not a actual bug. Cigarette went out. Let's see, dry flies. Parachute Adams. Definitely one you have to have in your box. I always like the Hendrickson hatches. Not a big blue-winged olive. Not a big fan of blue-winged olives. They come out here and they're very sporadic, and it's hard to catch a big hatch here. At least I haven't had a good, maybe it's, I don't know, timing. Think of anything else. I want to learn to tie the sculpins more with the helmets. I want to do that fly. I want to do some new ones to this channel. Plus, I want to go back and cover, any ones I didn't miss. Like, I want to do more Capera duns and Sparkle duns. I understand why a lot of people fish with them a lot more than the Catskills dry. The way they represent the merger kind of and the dry fly. Or they can even look like with the shuck tied on the tail, look like it's stuck in the shuck. Or sometimes the trout will focus in on them ones that can't get away, because otherwise they just spend all their energy to go over to eat the dry fly and it flies away. I mean, that would be aggravating, So they eat, they'll target in on the ones that can't get away, like the stuck in the shucks or ones like that, or stillborns they call them. Uh, okay. There's some of my favorite flies. Um, man, that's a hard thing because I have boxes. I mean, I bet Tracy carries 6 boxes, and I carry about 6 boxes of flies. We carry so many. Same idea is using them smaller to represent a mayfly eye or a stonefly eye. Same principle. But see, I've never, ever, ever, ever tied a damselfly. I never lake fish. I need to get with somebody in the area and learn how to lake fish because we got some lakes in this area that are literally stocked with thousands of fish. You know, they even have tailwaters. I don't know. Sometimes you can't fish too close to the dams and tailwaters, and by the time you can fish it, the tailwaters are warm. But I do. I need to go out lake fishing because I mean these lakes have been around for years and been putting thousands of fish in them. I can imagine there got to be some big, big, big boys and stuff in these lakes. Big old browns and stuff laying on the bottoms of these lakes. I mean, they stock above the lakes. They stock the lakes. They stock below the lakes. Got to be some big fish in these lakes. With depth charge line, measuring your depth, pulling a white SOB. A friend of mine just got a boat, which is really freaking cool. He's like, I got a new boat, and I really want to take it out, man. We really got to get out in this boat. And I'm like, all right, man. I said, can I go out with the fly rod? He says, heck yeah, why don't you go out the fly rod? So I going to figure out a way we could put the tripod down in the boat so the camera don't fall in the water. Please, hopefully the camera don't fall in the water. And film this with the action cams out on a boat bass fishing with and I want to turn the articulated turn the SOB and other flies that we like even that last one. I want to turn it into a two hook setup with articulated flies and go out for he says, I know where we could target some muskies, and I have a weight 8 that's just dying for one of them. I have a weight 8 that was given to me that I never fished. It's I think it's a 12-foot weight 8. It's just huge, and I would have to get another reel, another line, and gear it up, which I want to do for large browns with mice anyway, because the mice patterns are really heavy. Okay, what happened to our camera?